What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today, we're going to be looking at the Corey Kluber trade, which occurred back on July 31st, 2010. So, essentially, how this worked out is, pretty simply put, the St. Louis Cardinals were in contention for a title in 2010. As a result, they were willing to deal an All Star in outfielder Ryan Ludwick in exchange for some pitching help. However, Cleveland was the team that had a pitcher that St. Louis wanted, and that pitcher would be Jake Westbrook. So the two clubs, Cleveland and St. Louis, were able to get San Diego involved in this trade, as San Diego needed an outfielder, and they had a pitching prospect named Corey Kluber that they were willing to give up in order to get the All-Star Ryan Ludwick. So how did this trade work out? We're going to start with the Cleveland Guardians, who got starting pitching prospect Corey Kluber. So Kluber was not a highly regarded prospect at the time of this trade. I should stress that. At this point in time, he essentially was not even on the top 30 prospect list for the team. So he spent the majority of 2011 in AAA before earning a call-up in September, and he had an 8.31 ERA over 3 appearances. He started off the 2012 season in the minors as well, before earning another promotion, and while he did better, he still struggled, as he ended the year with a 5.14 ERA and a 2-5 record. A couple of months into the 2013 season, Kluber earned another promotion to the majors, and he has remained in the majors since then. In 2013, Kluber began to show his strengths as a pitcher. He ended the season with a very strong 11-5 record and a 3.85 ERA. Now in September, he had consecutive starts in which he posted 14-plus strikeouts. But he really started to make his name known in 2014, as he had an elite season, going 18-9 with a 2.44 ERA and a career-high 269 strikeouts. Kluber did everything well and won a very competitive AL Cy Young race, narrowly defeating Felix Hernandez. Now, he did regress slightly in 2015 as his ERA jumped up by over a run to 3.49, and he led the majors with 16 losses. But it should be noted that Cleveland struggled to give him run support. He did lead the majors in complete games with 4. He rebounded well in 2016, posting an 18-9 record and a 3.14 ERA, as well as a pair of complete game shutouts. He finished 3rd in Cy Young voting that year, and his strong season carried over to the playoffs. He had his way with Boston in the ALDS and handled Toronto as well in the ALCS. Now, he made 3 starts in the 2016 World Series. Cleveland won his first 2 starts with relative ease, but he was roughed up a little bit in Game 7, allowing 4 runs across 4 innings. The team would lose, but he was not the losing pitcher, and it wasn't really his fault, as he had a 2.81 ERA in the World Series. Now, he started off the 2017 season slowly due to a back injury, but upon returning from an injured list stint, Kluber caught on fire. He was a crucial part of the team's 22-game win streak, which set the AL record for most wins consecutively. He ended the year with a top-tier elite 2.25 ERA, an 18-4 record, 265 strikeouts, a major league leading 5 complete games, and 3 shutouts. Easily won the AL Cy Young with ease. He just cruised to winning that Cy Young. He struggled in the playoffs, though. Now, he had yet another very strong season in 2018, as he won a career-best 20 games while posting a 2.89 ERA and 222 strikeouts. Now, unfortunately for him, 2019 didn't go as planned. In early May, Kluber was hit with a comebacker in the arm, which fractured it. This injury, coupled with an abdominal one he suffered during rehab, effectively ended his season. He had a 2-3 record with a 5.8 ERA across the 7 starts in 2019. Now, he ends up getting traded after the 2019 season before the 2021, but this will be a video in and of itself just because it's an important trade for Cleveland. It was a good trade for Cleveland. So he was a 2-time AL Cy Young Award winner, 3-time All-Star. He led the American League in wins twice, and he led the American League in ERA once. Very good trade for Cleveland, especially for an unheralded, underrated prospect. How did San Diego do? So San Diego got outfielder Ryan Ludwick from the St. Louis Cardinals. And his production immediately just took a hit when he moved into the pitcher-friendly Petco Park. Over the second half of 2010, Ludwick hit .211 with 6 homers. While his stats did improve a bit in 2011, as he would hit .238 with 11 homers over 101 games, he didn't do that well, and the team decided, okay, so they ended up trading him away for cash considerations, which we will not be discussing because we do not discuss cash considerations. Not a good trade for San Diego. How did St. Louis do? So St. Louis essentially was giving up. They were like kind of looked at as a bit of a loser in this trade originally because they gave up an All-Star, but they got starting pitcher Jake Westbrook from Cleveland. And Westbrook would go 4-4 with a 3.48 ERA in 2010. He had a 12-9 record in 2011, although it was paired with a 4.66 ERA and a career high 73 walks. He did manage to hit his first career homer in 2011, though. Now, he was originally left off of the postseason roster, but by the time the Cardinals made the 2011 World Series, he was promoted to the roster due to some injuries and some just general being tired. The other relievers were tired, so he was moved to the bullpen, and he earned a win in a pivotal Game 6, which helped St. Louis win the World Series. He had a slightly better year in 2012, going 13-11 with a 3.97 ERA, but he had a sluggish 2013, going 7-8 with a 4.63 ERA before injuries derailed his season. He did not appear in the playoffs, but St. Louis made a run to the World Series where they would lose. After that season, though, he would walk as he kind of noticed his place in St. Louis was not there anymore. Now, they also got relief pitcher Nick Greenwood from San Diego, and Greenwood would spend the next 4 years trekking through the minors. He made his debut in June of 2014, appearing in 19 games, posting a 4.75 ERA with a 2-1 record. He would spend the vast majority of 2015 in the minors, appearing in a single game that year, and then basically he allowed a single and then a walk-off homer, thus giving him an infinite ERA that year and an 0-1 record. After that season, he was kind of not needed, so they let him walk. So now we look at the WAR, and do I need to go into detail? Cleveland dominates this with a WAR of 32.2. Corey Kluber in of himself, and then the future Corey Kluber trade is going to be another boost for their WAR, but you already kind of feel bad for St. Louis and San Diego. At least St. Louis got a positive WAR of 0.8. San Diego got a negative 0.6. San Diego, you guys blew this trade. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This was the Corey Kluber trade. Have a good rest of your day.